Hey friends, it's me, SB the Pro Chef, and today I'm going to make apple pie. But first, thank you for all of those who viewed my latest video yet is about the stuffed mushrooms. I really appreciate that, and let's just get started on with this recipe. As you know, it's apple season, so I'm trying to make something good than just eating normal apples like that. I'm making an apple pie. So with the apple pie, what you need is that I got a store-bought pie crusts, and before the recipe you gotta put it about 15 to 20 minutes about room temperature sitting on your countertop. And I also washed the Granny Smith apples, and I also peeled it and I sliced it into cubes that we can easily put in our crust. After that, we need a little bit of cinnamon, sugar, and some lemon juice. Now let's get started. As you can see, I took out the pie crust from the box, and now I'm just gonna gently roll it until the pie ends, the crust. So like this, and then I'm just gonna gently tap it inside the pan until it's just soft, and then after that we'll make the filling. So this is right now good, and we'll just gently make it like that. It's good. So now with our filling, we will take my Granny Smith apples that I cut very finely into cubes. I'll first add some cinnamon. That may be good enough. The next I'll add sugar. And lastly, I'll add my lemon juice. So all together, I now have to mix it with this fork. And this will just go as our filling with our apple pie. Before putting filling inside my crust, I'm gonna give it a nice egg wash. Now what you do not want or need is to put too much egg, otherwise the egg will bake inside the pie and you really do not want that. So just gently scrub some little bit of egg onto the crust, and you don't really even want to bake, so yeah. So this is good enough for an egg wash, and I'm now gonna put my filling inside the crust. So I'm just gonna take it and scoop some of these apples inside this crust. So this is good enough as a quantity to go in the oven. And speaking of which, I am gonna keep this pie crust in the oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I am putting now the second crust on my filling, and I'm gonna tightly seal it so nothing would collapse or break during the baking. And just before the baking, I want my apples to be also very baked. So I'm gonna put a little bit air vents by a fork like this into it. Now you just don't want to press too hard, because then it will bake too much and something will happen. You don't really want that. That's good enough, and we're ready to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven. Let's get started. I baked the pie for 45 minutes, and the overall look is good, and even the taste is good. And the smell in my kitchen is good, very good actually. And let's just go on to taste. But we need to rest this pie for 20 minutes. So let's just go and taste. So there's a tinge of sweet and a tinge of sour with the cinnamon going inside the apple. It makes a nice soft crunchy, gooey, just very, very yummy. And even the outside just makes it more crunchy. With the softness of the apple and the crunchy of the crust, it all goes on to make a very good pie. I hope you liked this video. Hit the notification bells and also subscribe. I really appreciate it. And not to forget, happy holidays, everyone. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you next video. Bye.